Hey everyone, Kane here. Our first podcast. We're going to see how this goes. And with me is Mort
Hey,
and Magnus, otherwise known as Dugbo.
Hey.
All right, today we're going to just give a little short discussions about Hollywood and how they're failing miserably when it comes to movies these days. And what's the possible reasons behind it?
I think it's because everybody wants to play it safe. That's why they're remaking, rebooting,
But that's not fair.
No, I know it's not fair.
There are people out there that are making good stuff. It's just few and far between.
It seems
and they
like
don't play by the rules of Hollywood.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of that has shifted to like the indie scene and A24 Studios and some of these other.
Well, but John Wick, we got to look at the John Wick movies.
Yeah, they're all good and they did really well at the box office.
Yeah, true.
And then there's the ones that don't do really well at the box office, but are freaking awesome movies, like The Machine.
I have yet to see that. I don't know that
You have not seen The Machine?
I've heard that bit for 20 years on Opie and Anthony. I don't know.
Well, imagine taking a trip to Russia where they're still telling that story.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Hysterical.
No, I guess they're still producing some decent stuff out there, but it's mostly like Netflix and Amazon. People that are, I shouldn't say people, corporations that aren't fully associated with Hollywood.
Yeah.
Who haven't become completely, what should we say, woke, diversified. They're trying to shove that down everybody's throat. Because look at Reacher. That is definitely not a woke.
No.
and a lot of, some of the Netflix series that they've had out are definitely woke. But for the most part, they're
you mean the one about the guy having a baby? Yeah.
Yeah. But look at Apple TV. That is so Apple TV is so woke. It's pathetic. I subscribed to Apple TV for one reason only, and that was to watch the new Godzilla Monarch series that's on Apple TV. Kurt Russell's in it. Kurt Russell's in it. It's slow. The story is actually not too bad. His son is actually in it. He plays a younger version of him. The first episode was actually, I thought, was pretty good because it started to show, some of the stuff that happened back in the 50s and some of the origins of how they came across these titans, But then it just turned into this. They hook up with this black chick. And used to be in a relationship with this guy, and then all of a sudden it's all this drama about their relationship. It's not even about the Titans anymore, and it just started to get way off tangent what the storyline is actually supposed to be, and it started to get really slow. So it's like, oh my God, I'm not going to watch this crap anymore. It's just it's poorly written.
The FX? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that kind of stuff is just poorly written. It's not very good. That's
Have
part
either
of the
one
reason.
of you guys seen the FX show The Old Man?
Yep,
I have not.
I watched that one. That was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yep.
The last
and that's not a woke one.
Nope.
The last really good movie I watched that made me go, what the, was Divergent with Ethan Hawke. Maybe it's called Divergence.
Yeah, Divergent.
Divergence. Series,
that's the one you had me watch. I watched that. It was pretty good.
That movie just blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
But they're rarer. That you didn't hear much about that one. It's not pushed very hard. They don't get a lot of exposure.
Wonder how that new Ethan Hawke movie on Netflix is, End of the World or something like that.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I haven't. Yeah.
But look at Maverick. Look at how well Maverick did.
True.
And the left just hated it. I mean, it's just badmouthed it. Even though
Oh,
Rotten
really? I
Tomatoes
didn't.
had a huge score for
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes. It did really well at the box office, all around the world, and well, except for China. But there's a prime example.
I think the way they sent Iceman out in that movie, they did him justice.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
They could have completely
a movie called Divergent.
Divergence.
Shit.
It's on Amazon, isn't it?
I thought it was on Hulu.
Is it on Hulu?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that what it's actually called? Because
God dang it, I don't think that's what it's called.
Is it called Leave the World Behind?
No.
Are we talking about the Ethan Hawke one that I said that blew my mind? Or are we talking Predestination?
Is that what it was? Yeah.
That's what it was. Predestination.
Yeah.
Seriously. Oh, you know what movie?
Time travel mystery.
Yeah. I did watch on Prime Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's interesting. You'll have to go check it out. And I believe some of the actors, the main actress in it, is a legend in Chinese theater. And the guy at work was talking about it. And you have to see, like, I got into it and I watched it for about 20 minutes. And I was like, man, I don't know if I like this. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to stick with it. And I stuck with it. And by the end, I was like, that was kind of cool. But it's really weird.
Oh, I'm just so sad still about what happened to Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy just.
I can't even talk about Star Wars.
It's.
I thought Star Trek was bad, but what they did to Star Wars.
Well, yeah, Star Trek Discovery. It's right there in the title.
At least it was
diversified.
The last 2 seasons were not terrible.
No, but and again, in Star Trek's defense, that's kind of what Gene Roddenberry's vision was.
Yeah,
they took it too far, though.
That's why
they did take it a little too far.
That's why if you look at the beginning of Next Generation compared to after he died, it's almost a totally different show.
Mm-hmm.
He was involved in Next Generation.
Yeah, no, he was.
He died.
But after he died, then the story writers took it more in. I mean,
darker.
If you want, Picard is a prime example.
Yeah.
I mean, Picard is. I can't imagine Roddenberry would have ever greenlit anything regarding that show, but I thought it was awesome.
The third season was awesome.
Yeah,
I didn't mind. I didn't mind the first and second. The second was kind of lame. The first was, yeah.
If you watch that documentary about Star Trek that I mentioned to you, I can't remember the name of it now.
Was it under the deck, on the bridge?
Something like that.
It's on
Amazon, and they go into all the conflicts that Gene
I think I did watch that.
They hated working with him.
Yeah,
they absolutely hated working with him. And Next Generation, he didn't have a whole lot of say in that. I mean, he had some input, but they basically kept him out of it.
Yeah.
But when he died, they thought, okay, the gloves are off. Now we can start writing the shows that we want to write. And that's when they introduced the Borg. They made it a lot darker. There was a lot more violence involved. That's when you stop seeing the families on the ship, because before that they had kids running around, blah, blah, blah. And they had their wives.
Shut up, Wesley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that all disappeared.
The skirts.
The skirts?
On the men.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The first season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kilts.
Yeah.
There were kilts, Doug. There were kilts.
No. They were classified as skirts in the wardrobe listings.
Yeah.
Men's skirts.
When it comes to Star Wars, I think the last decent non-wokish, like Rogue One was pretty goddamn good, I thought.
That was good.
Was excellent.
Everybody slammed that one, and I thought it was the closest Star Wars story they could have got.
Yeah.
It was a little slow.
Rogue One, and then, of course,
it wasn't paced as fast.
Andor was good.
I quite liked the Han Solo movie. Nobody else did.
I didn't mind Solo.
Yeah,
I didn't mind that one. Other than they wanted to make, Lando Calrissian gay or a robot sex lover, whatever,
Yeah,
however
yeah.
you wanted to interpret that.
If
Well,
Orlando
robot
likes his
sex lovers,
fleshlights,
okay.
who am I to say?
The
But
Japanese
then,
are into that, you know?
Yeah.
It's all right.
the thing of it is, at the end of the movie, they tried to make out like the rebellion was started by all women. That's the part
I
that
didn't
bothered
catch
me.
that. Probably.
I don't remember. God, it's been a while.
Yeah, that part bothered me. It's like, just don't go down that road, you know.
I saw a meme. It was a Rogue One action figure, and it was like a barbecue briquette in a box. Uh,
Oh
bunch
no,
of
that's mean.
yeah.
The
Oh,
best scene in
and
that movie was, and it was actually Kathleen Kennedy's. She approved it. Was when Darth Vader went through the rebels.
oh yeah,
Like they were
that was
just standing.
badass.
Yeah, that was a last minute idea from what I heard. They decided to add that to the movie, and Kathleen Kennedy gave it the green light, and that's the best scene out of the whole.
You know, speaking of that, Vader was an absolute badass in Obi-Wan.
I actually, yeah, Obi-Wan sucked.
Obi-Wan was pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
No, I
Difference
little-
of opinion. Yeah.
got this little 10-year-old telling an adult what to do. No,
It's Princess Leia. We'll write it off to
Yeah.
her being a snobby.
he should have backhanded her a few times. Maybe threatened her with the lights, get out the lightsaber and say, one more time.
Yeah. But Vader was just wrecking shit in that. He was awesome.
I like the fight scene. The last episode, the fight scene, that was really good.
Yeah.
I watched Ahsoka. I was like, yeah.
I didn't even finish it. I watched like 3 episodes.
Yeah. They took a good idea and they wrote it shitty, is what they basically did. It was boring. It was so fucking boring. There was nothing that invested in the character. There was no character arcs. You didn't have no idea what, unless you watched, the series, the animated series.
I never watched any of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, the Clone Wars, and then what was the other one? Rebels.
Yeah, Rebels.
You really didn't have any idea what was going on. So, kids watching the show, I'm pretty sure they enjoyed it. They're gonna do a second season. So, but as far as us adults,
they're not doing a second season, are they?
Yeah, as far as I know, they are. As far as us, we grew up on Star Wars. We're expecting more.
Yeah,
we're expecting more adult stuff, and we tend to look back on the days when we watched it when we were kids with rose tinted glasses. So that's what we want.
Yeah.
So
it was like
I vaguely remember watching it the first time, but I've watched it repeatedly since then. The original 3 movies.
Yeah.
And even the prequels. I didn't like them when I first saw them too much, but going back and watching them now, I to appreciate them a little.
I will stand by the Phantom Menace being a great movie to demo home theater on. I had a fairly big home theater at that time, and the pod racing sounded amazing. And I still think Darth Maul was badass.
I like the prequels.
Yeah.
I didn't really have an issue with them when I went and seen them I seen every Star Wars movie in the theater.
Yeah, same here. Well, that's not true. I'm not as old as you two crotchety old bastards. I missed the first one in the theater.
You missed A New Hope?
I watched A New Hope. I think it was 6 times in the theater in 77.
Damn. Yeah. I saw Phantom Menace 4 times in the theater. I remember I was like, "Whoa, this is cool,"
But at same thing.
Your local?
Go ahead.
Your local theater in the 70s have that summer pass your parents would buy you and you could go?
We're losing you.
No, he'd
I said, did the movie theater you were going to in the 70s saw that have that summer movie pass for the kids? Parents would buy their kids so they could just drop them off at the theater.
No, we didn't have that.
That's how I saw so many movies repeatedly
You know how I saw so many movies? My dad had a hacked satellite dish.
Yeah.
And
Jesus.
I remember he did the pay-per-view channels. I would watch the same movies over and over. Like I've seen Summer School with Mark Harmon probably 50 times because they would, each channel would just run the same movie over and over.
Would
And
buy those on VHS at the rental places.
yeah, but
Off.
he had HBO, everything was open, HBO, you name it. I mean, I was introduced to forms of entertainment that we can't talk about on our podcast.
But I think back to, I'm going to interrupt you. You think back to Star Trek, when the first Star Trek movie came out. That came out in 1979. Everybody hated that movie.
No, it wasn't, not everybody.
But I mean, I loved it. But I'm saying my sisters went with me when we went to watch it in the theaters, and they didn't like it. And the reason they didn't like it is because they changed the Enterprise, they changed the uniforms, and everything was very 70s, and they just didn't like the change. They wanted it to look just like the old series. And I looked at them, I'm like, I think at this time, what was it in 79? 15, 14? I looked at them and I was like, well, shit changes. You're going to have some change here. And like my brothers and I, we all liked it except for my sisters. And even my sister, when the new J.J. Abrams, when he made his first Star Trek.
Lens flare.
Yeah. She hated that. She goes, what is this? What is this? The Enterprise looks like a 57 Chevy. Because of the way the pilot or the nacelles looked, kind of swept back, And then I'm like, yeah, kind of. They do. But I said, it's different. I didn't mind the movie, actually. I didn't really mind the movie.
I liked the 2009 movie.
Yeah. But when they tried to do the remake of Wrath of Khan, that didn't.
Man, when I was a kid, those earworms things scared the living shit out of me.
You look back at it now, it's like, what kind of graphics or special effects is that? What's that, Doug?
Said the third one of the new movies is my favorite.
The third one. Oh, yeah. Well, I got a little bit confused there because it's like they couldn't get that starship off that planet by themselves. They had a whole crew. They ended up dying. Yeah. But Scotty shows up, and within a few hours, bang, it's fixed.
He's a miracle worker. Yeah,
it's Scotty.
Have
you not read the Star Trek book?
Yes,
I'm man
He's
enough.
A miracle worker.
I'm man enough to admit I cried when Kirk died in Generations with Picard. I was sad. I was like, fucking hell, jeez.
God damn it, Bill Shatner's dead. Nah, yeah, I mean, I don't think they really needed to kill him off.
I'm a little younger than you guys, so I identify with New Generation.
Yeah.
Next Generation, not New Generation. Next Generation.
Actually, when Next Generation first came out, I hated it. I absolutely hated it.
I hated the first 2 seasons.
Farpoint was the worst freaking pilot I ever seen in my life. I was like, oh my God, what the hell did they do to Star Trek? But after a while, actually after the 3rd season, I started watching it. It's like, hey, this is pretty freaking good. They changed the uniforms from this unit thing to a 2-piece. At least it looked more normal. And they rearranged the crew a little bit. Geordi became the engineer.
2 words, Captain Troy. That's all I'm saying.
I have to say something.
Tashi Yar.
Okay.
What's that?
Even bad Star Trek is better than no Star Trek.
Yes. I still need to watch Strange New World, the last episode or last season of Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet either. But
it was good. The first 2 were.
Star Trek Discovery. I watched the first episode, and after that, I can't watch it anymore. It's just too diversified.
You have to get past the first season. Once you get past the first season, it's much better. The first season, they fucked everything up.
I thought when I first saw the trailers for it, and that actress, I can't remember her name, that Chinese actress. What's her name?
Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah. Well, I thought she was I thought she was gonna be a captain. I thought, this is gonna be a good show because she's a good actress.
Oh wait,
I think
what do you know about the rest of the season?
I don't know nothing because I didn't
Oh
watch.
my God, she is one of the best characters in it. She's getting her own show.
Oh, good. I'll have to start watching some of it.
It's called Section 31.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's
And
the
Michelle Yeoh is the main character.
That's the intelligence wing of Starfleet, right?
It's the CIA Black
Yeah,
Ops.
yeah. That's gonna be sweet.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I know Paramount. They I thought I read they're really struggling.
I think they all are.
They're talking
Look at
about
Disney.
They're talking about making Star Trek shows and selling them to other.
Yeah. Well, it got to the point. I was like, I got so many goddamn streaming services. I'm sick of paying $150 a month for things I'll only watch. Like, okay, this season is out.
Get that cable money back.
Yep. So I'm down to just Amazon Prime and various other ways of viewing product on the internet. Legal, of course.
We got Prime, Disney Channel. Sam wants Disney Channel.
I had Disney, but I cut that.
Netflix, because 90 likes Netflix.
For a service, and we share them.
Nice. I did sign up the other day. I got a the hell was it? It was over Black Friday, I think. Paramount, or no, not Paramount. Peacock was doing a whole year for $20, and I'm like, okay, CM Punk's back in the WWE. I got to start watching wrestling again. So I was like, yeah, I could do that.
You and your gay man wrestling.
Not your face. It's not gay. It's still real to me. Damn it.
Wrestling another man's ass. It's gay.
It's not gay if you don't look each other in the eyes.
I think Stone Cold would argue with you on that.
And I'll get a hell yeah.
He's a big promoter of the alphabet people.
Yeah, no, not even close. I voted for him.
Shit.
Hey, not this election, but the last election. I didn't want nothing
you did
to
a write-in.
do. I did a write-in. You know how many votes he got? He got like almost, I think it was like 20 or 40,000 votes. He actually went online and said, thanks to all my fans out there for writing me in for president. Hey. I'd love for him to be president. Could you imagine him dealing with foreign policy?
Can I get a hell yeah?
If y'all want me to nuke North Korea, give me a hell yeah.
Oh, fuck. I am not ashamed to admit I voted for Jesse Ventura because when I was just a youngin', I'm like, I know him.
He was from Minnesota, so
damn right.
And he did. I thought he did.
He gave us money back. I remember we got rebate checks back in the day.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of where the conspiracy theories about him started popping up. Was he gave money back, and that didn't go over well with a lot of other people. So
mind control.
Yes. I mean, he is a little weird sometimes, but
he lives off the grid. I think in like down in Mexico or somewhere in that area.
Oh, I watched him on Joe Rogan's podcast, and God, some of the shit he used to be a member of the Banditos.
Oh, really?
Club. Yeah, he's got a card. He's a card-carrying member.
Huh.
He goes, way back in the 80s. I think that was when he was in a member. He's way back in the 80s. He had a motorcycle. He's a member of the Banditos. I'm like, what the dude? You're ex-Navy SEAL, pro wrestler.
Yeah, he's got quite a colorful past.
Member of the Banditos and governor of a state. That's a pretty good CV.
Also a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, that's true. It's conspiracy.
9/11 was an inside job. HARP antennas up in Alaska. All that crazy shit.
It's too bad Arnold is not a natural U.S. citizen. He could run for president. I'd vote for him in a heartbeat. Not just because of his persona. The guy's actually pretty smart and he's pretty level-headed. And I think he did a pretty good job with California. But
if Clint Eastwood wasn't so old, I'd say he should.
Oh yeah,
God, he's got to be close to 100 now. I would think
93,
83 or something like that.
Okay, so
no, 93.
93.
Yep.
Who the hell just died the other day? Was 100? Oh,
Clint Eastwood's going to live to be 150. You wait that old.
No, he looks pretty bad. I've seen him.
Kissinger, Henry Kissinger.
Henry Kissinger, 99, wasn't he? Something like that.
Yeah, it's a hell of a run.
Yeah, but the government, we paying for that. You know how many ex-presidents we're paying for right now?
Yeah.
Jeez. Fucking Carter's still alive.
I know.
I mean, his wife just died.
And his wife just passed away. Yeah. Usually when one goes, the second one goes pretty. I'll guarantee you, though, you wait another month, right around
Jimmy's
January.
99.
You think we're paying for presidents? What about the congressmen and senators?
Yeah, that's all these guys. They get lifelong fucking health and benefits.
Yeah, I know my dad, we were talking about that before he passed of cancer. He was saying he was a firm believer that there's a cure for cancer and the presidents have it, you know. It just dummy.
Yeah. Look at Jimmy, man. He's 99.
There's a cure for
He's still
AIDS.
hanging.
Look at Magic Johnson.
Well, yeah. But they got a pill for that now.
Hey, Liz.
Hello.
But it's not a cure that they're selling the people. They're selling them the medication to live longer.
You know what's funny about that medication? PrEP, right? One of the side effects is diarrhea.
Yeah, but everything gives us diarrhea these days.
Yeah, but
Mort had to go there. Mort had to go there. It's diarrhea.
I sit and I watch TV, you know, and the commercials come on for the different medications, and it's just fun to listen to all the side effects and some of that stuff. Like,
oh yeah, it's a list of side effects is worse than the cure.
Anal leakage, suicidal thoughts, compulsive gambling, you name it.
Well, guys, I'm going to have to go. Dinner is ready.
Well, cool.
All
It's
right.
about perfect timing. We got a half hour in.
I will see you guys
That was a
on
fun
the next
chat.
one.
Yep. We'll see you guys later.
Adios.
Adios.